Okay. Well, we just finished having a fight.
A family feud.
Right. Family feud. You've all done it. You all have it.
Who won?
Huh?
Who won?
Well, you did. You won. I give it to you. And actually, Sylvia Yellen is the first one watching on Facebook.
Well, hello, Sylvia. So introduce me, and then I can talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoops. I almost knocked the whole set down. And this fight isn't over. And here she is. The amazing Suzanne Somers.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Caroline. We just had a family feud. And
We had a feisty little 10 minutes.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a great title for a game show.
A spicy little 10 minutes.
No, Family Feud.
Oh, family feud.
Ha,
Oh.
ha, ha.
Ha ha ha. Oh. Anyway, it's Suzanne Selects Day, and we've got one heck of a box today. Sort of a leopard theme. You know, I've always said to you that we're all ruining our towels, taking off our makeup, right? I have white towels and washcloths that will never be white again because I wipe my eyes with it after I take my makeup off. But there's an answer. And the answer is
That's a good idea.
in the Suzanne Selects box. Guess what's going to come? This is going to change your life. When you take off your makeup with this, you can't tell that you took off your makeup. It's so great. So that's just for beginners. It's a fun little thing that we've added, and I'll go through everything. And I always tell you about Everyday Cleanser, how it's so great for taking off your makeup at night, but also put it on your eyes, and your eye makeup and mascara comes right off. So that's in the box. And then also our fabulous mascara that won't mess with your eyes, and it doesn't clump up and get thick, and comes right off with the Everyday Cleanser. And then when you wipe off the big dark spot under your eye with your leopard towel, no one will ever know, and it'll come back from the wash kind of perfect. It's freezing cold here today. That's why I have on this Nanook from the North outfit. Why, thank you, Alan.
Well, you look like a snow leopard.
Yeah, like a snow leopard. Yeah. Leopard is one of my themes. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is Blackwater. And that's going to take a little time for me to explain to you. But we put it in the box because I really thought you'd probably never try it on your own. But I find it's something that Alan and I take every day because we both have found ourselves to be deficient in minerals. And I always say aging is about worn out parts, as I wrote about in my book, A New Way to Age, which so many of you purchased, I noticed on the report last month. And one of the things, we deplete in hormones, of course. We deplete in minerals and nutrients. So how about an easy way to support the mineral balance in your life? And you're going to be very impressed by that. So anyway, hello, everybody. Come over here, Alan.
Hello.
And be nice to me.
Hello. I'm always nice to you, even when we're arguing.
I hate when we hardly ever argue. We just
I know.
argue. We argued over
Oh, no,
a
we
stupid
don't have to
thing.
talk about
No,
what we-
over terminology.
Whoops.
What to say and what not to say.
Yeah.
Because I tend to say too much about everything.
And
You didn't
you-
get me a tequila today.
And you were right.
Oh,
you
I see
were
what you're
right.
doing. I see what he's doing behind my back. This.
We can barely see you, Al. You gotta tuck in.
Oh,
Come on over.
whoops. Okay, how's this?
Well, you look kind of like a lurker, but
Yeah.
Oh. How's this?
Lean in. Just lean
Oh,
in.
just a moment. Hold it. I know what to do.
What'd you do?
Here's what I'll do.
Isn't this all professional?
Because
yeah,
I am in charge.
Oh, yeah. You like that.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm now ready for my close-up. Is this okay?
it's okay. We get you instead of the black water, which I'm pretty excited about black drops of black water.
Well, once I get back to my first job, I'll pan the camera back so that we see the black water, okay? They're not very good spellers. They spelled it B-L-K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool
it's
logo, isn't it?
B-L-A-C-K.
Very. Now, what's interesting about this product is we don't own it. We are, because I'm so fascinated and interested in something called humic and fulvic.
It sounds like a dance team.
It does. It does. And it's not something in our lab that we can put together. And we coupled with this company. And so if you want it as a drink, you can get it in the store. And if you want to make your own drink, you can get it in your box today. And we put 15 drops in our water in the morning, and I feel like we're really doing something good for you. So I want to talk to you for a while. I'd really like to have my tequila, though, Alan.
Okay, I'm on my way.
And then when he comes back, then I'll really get into the digs about what Blackwater is about and the benefits of humic and fulvic. Yeah, when I say humic and fulvic, I'm sure you go, huh? And that's actually how I wrote about my chapter in this book. That's how important I think it is. It says humic and fulvic acids. And my first line is, huh, you say? What's that? But I learned about it when Alan had his blood work done and his minerals were so low. And I thought, how do I get minerals back into him? And humic and fulvic acid was the answer for him. And for me, I just take it because I know having nutritional and mineral balance is so important. So that's why we're here today. And the Suzanne Selects box, Alan will explain to you. Maybe Caroline, I don't have the sheet here. You can tell them.
Sure. Suzanne, she was, well, right off the top, you got to see everything that's in the Suzanne Selects box. It's a good one.
I did good.
So she has the black drops in there, which you're going to add to a glass of water to get your minerals daily, which is amazing. And then the Everyday Cleanser and her amazing organic mascara and the super cute 100% organic cotton leopard washcloth.
Yep.
So $124.96 value, and you get to bring that home today for $49.99. You join Suzanne Selects at SuzanneSomers.com, and if you let's say you just want this box, you can just join and then cancel immediately. We make it really easy to cancel, or you can sign up to get her box every month or every 2 months or every 3 months. You'll always get something new in the box. It'll always be $49.99, but the value is going to be at least $120. So it is a great product, and these black drops and the Blackwater that Suzanne's talking about, we're going to be carrying the black drops on our website. The Blackwater beverages, you can get at retail. Those are available at Whole Foods or Ross. They're at Walmart. They're at a lot of retail stores. But Suzanne didn't want to, it's very expensive to ship with. So that's why she wanted the black drops on the website, and she put them in the box for you.
Well, thank you, Alan.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, all right.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Here
New
you
Year's
go.
is over, and we're now back to normal almost.
Okay. And I'm drinking Irish whiskey today in
Oh,
honor
really?
of St. Patrick's Day.
But it's not St. Patrick's.
Somewhere it's St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. When I was talking about the leopard washcloth earlier, it's not easy to find leopard terry cloth. Once you start using this to take off your makeup, and in the summer when I wear tanning lotion and things on my leg, I don't like to use my nice fluffy white towels to dry myself off. So I have 2 sets of towels in every bathroom in my house. One is fluffy white, and the other is the leopard. And we women most know, okay, today's the day I'll use leopard. When I take off my makeup at night, I always use the leopard washcloth. You're going to love it. You're really going to love it. You're going to want to have 20 more. I know that, but we're starting you on it. And the Everyday Cleanser.
Oh, Suzanne, before you move on, I'm getting questions about these washcloths.
Uh-huh.
Extra washcloths and hand towels available at SuzanneSomers.com. Suzanne just put one washcloth for you in the box this month, but you can find the sets at the website.
So if you want more, go to the website. Anyway, these are all products that I use, and I've been talking about the mascara because I keep trying all the other mascaras, the ones that, clump up and make your eyelashes look like they're down there. They don't. All they do is get gooky and clogged up, and then they're really hard to get off, those kinds of non-organic mascaras. And the reason is because they have glue in them. Glue. Look what's happening to all of us. No wonder we're also mineral deficient and nutrient deficient and carry a toxic burden. Do you know what a toxic burden is? Okay, let's say you don't use organic skincare. So all the skincare that you're using that's really nice and really expensive from the first floor of the department store type of product, it's got chemicals in it. And when you put chemicals on your skin, the largest organ in your body, guess what happens? It drops into those pores, which are like little holes in your skin, drops in. Now the little chemicals are in your bloodstream going, where shall I go? I think I'm going to go set up house in one of her or his organs or glands. I kind of like the thymus. I kind of like the thyroid. I kind of like adrenals, but you know what I really like? I really, really, really like the brain. The brain is anywhere from 65 to 90% fat. It depends. I've read 95% because who counts? Just a lot of your brain is fat, more than any other organ in your body. And we can all agree that the brain is probably the most important organ in the body. I remember when I was in grammar school.
I can make an argument against that.
Yeah, but you know, I had a friend. His name was Bruce.
I can tell you're still mad at me. You would have laughed harder.
I'm not mad at you at all.
No, I know.
It's over. It's over.
It's over.
It was like, it's so rare that you and I raise our voices to one another that I'm glad we're doing a show, because otherwise we'd walk around with hurt feelings.
No, we wouldn't.
We wouldn't?
No, we would just laugh about it. And you'd have a tequila, and then I'd have an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, but I've never had a whiskey because that's the drink that my father used to drink, and it made him very mean, very mean. Now maybe it could be any kind of whiskey, not Irish whiskey or any kind of anything, but I always didn't like the smell and didn't like being around people who drank whiskey. But it's okay if you want to do that, because it's a long time ago and it's no longer an issue with me.
That's right, I know.
So, you know. But we have sense memory, don't we? So a scent will trigger something from decades ago, and you wonder why you have feelings, and then you go, oh, it's that. But then there's therapy, and I've had a lot of therapy, thank goodness. So, where was I? I was talking about...
Minerals.
We're talking about mascara.
Mascara, right.
And no glue.
And chemical and glue.
Right.
Do they still get glue from horses?
I have no idea where glue comes from.
They used to send horses to the death chamber, and I think they used their hoofs. Is that right, Caroline?
To make glue?
Yeah, I think so.
Hoof glue?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Pretend like I knew it on my own. Just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play the
She'll remember.
Jeopardy theme.
Okay, keep going. We have other things we could talk about.
Well, I've been going through the mascara thing for a couple of weeks, and I tried several different kinds, and I had episodes on camera here where I had something in my eye that really bugged me, and it was clumps of probably glue, black glue. And then I went back to ours, and I have no issues, and it looks better. It doesn't get all clumpy. I put on 2 or 3 layers, and that thickens it up nicely, but not clumpy, because there's no glue in it. And
Lady, woman,
yeah,
100 points to Alan Hamill.
what?
Glue, historically, is indeed from collagen taken from animal parts, particularly horse hooves.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
I get the bonus question today.
You do.
Yep.
You do. I never knew that.
And the bonus question is,
Yeah.
have you ever had a toxic burden? The answer is yes. She was my first girlfriend.
Well, actually, thank you. I was talking about toxic burden.
You were, yeah.
That, so if you're not using organic skincare, all that nice makeup that you're using is now creating,
Havoc.
and toxicity in your body.
Yeah.
And then let's say you don't clean your house with our household cleaning, which is absolutely clean, and colloidal silver and things that are actually good for you, and actually really cleans and really removes spots, but doesn't have any chemical fumes in the house. And so if you're not using that, you're using all the things that I always used before we made it, and what my mother used to clean the house with, and that adds to another layer of toxic burden. And then the food that you eat, if you're eating food that's not organic, it's probably sprayed with glyphosate, which is a known carcinogen, and Roundup, another known carcinogen, which has glyphosate in it, and genetically modified foods, which means they have messed with the seeds. You know, that's nature. Every time we mess with nature, we mess up. And I think you can see by the epidemic of disease and younger people getting disease that it's really an issue.
It's all the toxin.
All the
toxins coming in at the same time.
Yeah.
It's from food, it's from water,
Yeah,
it's
well, that's
from
what
air.
I'm saying. I'm kind of describing
Yeah,
the toxic
right.
burden. And because you think, oh, I don't eat organic food, but I try over here. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. And pretty soon your liver is groaning and you are toxic right up to, your throat. And then you wonder why you don't feel well. You wonder why you have gut issues. And what we want to do is detoxify. And I really, when I stumbled across humic and fulvic, I thought, what an easy way to detoxify. And it's something you can do every day. Anytime I can find anything that eliminates the need for taking capsules, pills, supplements, because I take a lot of them and they get a little gaggy after a while, but they're necessary. I love it. So here is your humic and fulvic acids.
Alan, can you hold that bottle up to the camera?
Certainly.
This one here. And then I'm going to put 15 drops. When you get your bottle in your Suzanne Select.
Okay, let's all count together.
Okay, but wait till you get that out of the window there.
Okay.
It's tasteless. Okay.
That's
Now
that's
these
a good
bottles,
thing.
these black water bottles, which you have to buy in the store. I'm not selling them on my website, but I've been drinking them and it's delicious. It's another way to, get
Well,
your
it doesn't really, I think there are a couple of flavors. and I
flavors.
think
Yeah.
One of them tastes and one of them
The
doesn't
dirty
taste.
lemonade is my favorite. It's so good.
Okay. Here is a glass of water. Here is your dropper bottle of humic and fulvic. I'm just
Okay.
going to go 1,
Together, everybody.
2,
3,
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why they call it black water.
Wow, look at that.
Okay.
Wow.
Absolutely tasteless. We put it in our smoothie yesterday. I didn't even taste it.
Why don't you mix it around a little bit? Use your finger.
It doesn't need it, but
You guys can put this in any beverage. You can put it
yeah, put it in your gut
in
renew
water,
smoothie.
ginger ale, whatever you want.
It's like another ingredient you can add to your gut renew smoothie that won't mess with the taste.
We can
It'll
put it
change
in-
the color a little bit.
You
But
could put it in your tequila.
I could.
Yeah.
Want me to? Okay. Healthy tequila. Okay, it's not the most attractive. Looks like a Coke, doesn't it? Let me see.
And it can't be the tequila making you do that because you've only had 2 sips.
2 sips, yeah.
How is it?
Tastes just like tequila.
Okay.
You want to taste?
I think we discovered something here.
Yeah, yeah, actually,
Also,
that
I
was
think,
a good idea.
I think the manufacturer, this is a new product. I think the
Right.
manufacturer, when I hear humic and fulvic, okay, I said before, like a dance team,
Mm-hmm.
they should put together a little commercial spot for internet with 2 cartoon characters who are doing a song and dance, and one says, "Hi, I'm humic, I'm fulvic," and
Ba, 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 ba,
ba.
Well, about, I think it was 4 or 5 summers ago, Alan was not his usual self. He was lacking energy. He was, lethargic, sleeping too much. I was kind of worried about him. And there's a doctor I had heard about who knows a lot about energy. And she is somebody I've interviewed. And so I called her up and I said, I'd like my husband to be your patient. I want you to do a workup on him to see why he's so out of gas. So unprofessionally, she came back to me with the results of his lab work, and she said, well, he's going to die. He's so low in minerals, he's going to die. And I was so angry with her That's about as unprofessional as any doctor I've ever experienced. And I said the words that I rarely say, but when I say them, I'm emphatic. I said, "How dare you?" I do it right. How dare you? And I said, I will never work with you again. What a horrible thing to say to a patient. What a hopeless thing to say to a patient. But when I got off the phone, I sat there and I thought, I got to figure out a way to because she said his minerals are so low. You can't live without minerals. And she was almost screaming at us. And I do know that. And so I thought, how do I get minerals in him? And we do eat organic and we eat right, but something in his body was not absorbing.
Well, the earth has lost a lot of its minerals.
Yeah.
Because they've been treated very badly, mainly by commercial.
Terrible.
That's
one of I agree with you. I think one of the worst things that's happened in this millennia is what has happened to our soil. Now, here's what humic and fulvic is. You've got a beautiful tree and it's full of leaves, and then at a certain time of the year, the leaves start falling off the tree, right? And they land on the ground. And they sit on the ground, and then they start to disintegrate and decay and become a fungus. And then that fungus finds its way into the soil. And when it gets into the soil, that's humic. Then the humic creates the fulvic acid, and now you've got essentially organic soil. And that is what nature, and you can't outthink nature, I truly believe that. That's what nature has provided so that we can then put our plantlings, our seeds, our vegetables, etc., in that good mineral-laden soil. But farming practices today have changed so badly. And I applaud all of you out there who run family farms or work on large farms, that you are cognizant of that, and it's hard in today's world. But more and more people are tending towards organic, so that's a good thing. And maybe all of us who have been eating organic, we're turning the tide. The pendulum changes. But years and years ago, people weren't battling mineral deficiencies in the way that we are today. But nobody knows that they're mineral deficient. You go to a doctor who hasn't stepped out of the allopathic box, and he gives you drugs to kind of make up for what you're not getting from your food, from your soil, from the air you breathe. And that cycle, that lack of healthy humic fulvic, is a big portion of what has led to today's decline in people's health. You have to look around. The reason you're here is because you believe in the message. The reason you're here is that you know that there is a lot of illness, a lot of sickness, and it's about the lack of balance. The human body wants balance and it wants alignment. And so I look for simple ways to put back what we've lost in the aging process, or what we've lost in the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. And I believe in this. I really believe in humic and fulvic. If you want a much more profound and deeper explanation, if you have this book, look it up on page 88 and 89 and 90. I think I explain it quite well in there. And
also, just in terms of like the basic bullet points of you're wondering, what Suzanne's talking about in terms of what it will do for you. It helps with digestion. It helps with gut health. It helps support healthy detoxification. It helps with the uptake of minerals. And Suzanne's always talking about with the uptake of nutrients. And she's always talking about if you're eating things that are healthy, but your body's not getting the good from that. And that's what having healthy mineral levels can do for you. And it's so easy. You just take a dropper full, put it in a glass of water or any beverage you like, and it goes down easy because it's tasteless.
And now you can put it in tequila. Why not have a double whammy?
You probably put it in Irish whiskey too.
You could probably put it in anything that you want. That's the
I
beauty.
don't understand why some Irish brewery has not produced a whiskey called Top of the Morning.
Why don't you?
Well,
you're an entrepreneur.
No,
Why don't you think it up? Call it Suzanne's Top of the Morning.
Yeah, well, it's right.
Yeah.
You're the Irish one.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to know why you're bundled up.
Yeah.
Here's the reason. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 57 degrees, going down to 43.
Palm Springs.
Okay.
The desert.
Take a look. Here, take a look. This is what it is right now. Whoops, where is that? Yeah, 57 degrees, and but sunny. But going down to 40, was it 43?
Last night we went out for dinner, and there were people in fur coats in the desert. People don't think that it gets cold here in the desert, but as hot
I
as
know,
it
but you
gets,
know what?
it's a balance. As hot as it gets is as cold as it gets. But we don't. We occasionally get snow.
57 degrees.
I know, to Easterners.
Back
I know.
east.
Your friends want to know why you're forcing yourself to be outside.
Because it's fresh and nice, and I'm actually, now here's the weird thing. When you live in the desert, you get very few opportunities to wear your cozy jacket. By the way, Alan bought me this jacket for my birthday, my 74th birthday, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a
I thought,
sleeping,
this
it's a sleeping bag
74-year-old woman's
jacket.
going to look great in this jacket.
It's really fun. It's got this hood. I guess the hood is the hood up? Anyway,
You need a pin. You need a bobby pin.
yeah, so it's not that cold that I
Yeah.
need the hood up. It was just for effect, you know. But we in the desert love when you have an opportunity to wear our coats and jackets and things like that. And so the doors are open here and outside. If you walked outside right now, you'd need a really warm jacket to take a walk.
Yeah.
But it'd be a beautiful walk.
By the way, speaking of bobby pins,
Yeah.
they wrote a song about Bobby.
Bobby.
There you go.
Bobby. It wasn't the most original lyrics, but
Well, obviously, it had an effect. It left an imprint in the labyrinth of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are, 65 years later, and you remember that song.
I do. What musical is it from?
I didn't know it was from a musical.
It is. Do you know Caroline?
Bobby, no, I don't.
Well, look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you guys are coming in late and you want to know what's in Suzanne Selects for January, it is the Black Drops and Leopard Spots kit. And Suzanne has her organic mascara in there, her everyday cleanser, and a brand new leopard washcloth. It's 100% cotton, and it is great for hiding those spots that you get on your towels. And she also has a brand new, the Black Fulvic Mineral Drops. And it's a brand new product that we are going to be having it on our website, but she wanted you to try it in the box so you can help support your mineral levels. It's black and it looks really cool, but it doesn't taste like anything, so it's easy to add to any beverage.
If you just tuned in, I am drinking my tequila, but I poured a whole glass that I could fit of water that had 15 drops of the humic
Okay.
fulvic. Now the great thing about the humic and fulvic is absolutely tasteless, and so I'm drinking a healthy tequila.
You know, we.
Black drops are good for hydration, so counteracts the dehydration you get from alcohol, right?
There you
Yeah.
go. It's a double whammy. It's good.
This is a really low budget operation we have here because we try not to spend too much money
No
on
kidding.
production so that we can give you bigger discounts.
Yeah.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me show you just how much of an overhead we have here. This was the information for today for the graphic. This is the graphic, okay? Retail
In a check
$124.90
envelope.
something, right? $49.99 is your price at SuzanneSomers.com. Okay?
So, for those of you who are new,
It's a great deal.
You're probably thinking, what's Suzanne Selects? And if you join Suzanne Selects every month, you get a surprise. Because it was my theory that women love presents. And
That's
I
true.
am old enough to know what it was like when the first catalogs came out. And the first catalog I was ever aware of was the Tiffany catalog. And it happened to coincide with when I first started work on Three's Company. First time I ever made any money. And I loved the idea that I could open a Tiffany catalog and order absolutely useless things. And in the mail, in a few days, would come
I also do sets.
a present. Thank you, Alan. You're cleaning up. Do you know that Alan does the dishes every night after we eat? I sit there at our counter like a princess, and he clears the table and he clears the stove and he puts everything away, and I go, I did something right.
Well, there's always a little reward for Al after that.
Yeah. Well, for me too.
So I love I like doing the dishes. I have this thing, I can't leave dirty pots and pans or dishes
can't.
overnight.
And
'cause
I can.
I have this vision, and unfortunately this vision came from that first condo we owned at the beach.
Oh, that was icky.
And
The
the
condo,
whole building
yeah.
became infested with cockroaches.
Once cockroaches get into a building,
Oh, yeah.
they're there. They don't care about you. Yeah, you can try to get
Right,
rid of
and
me,
I
but I'm not
remember-
going away.
I remember what got us to move like in 2 weeks was I turned the light on in the kitchen
Ugh.
after it was
Ugh.
dark, and there must have been 15 cockroaches in there, and they froze, and then they all scampered off. And I
Yeah,
thought,
but you know
"We
they're
gotta-"
there. You know they're
That's
there.
right. Well,
and when
also-
you go to bed at night, they go
They were also in the garbage chute that you throw your garbage
down
in.
by the
It
elevator.
was loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was glad to move out of that place, but it
I
was
was
nice.
too.
It was nice while
Well,
we
we
were
had.
there.
I think the other reason we moved out was because we had a custom-made. Remember water beds?
Oh,
Remember those water beds in
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s? Well, we had a custom water bed
Yeah.
that was really high. The water was very deep and it was
Yeah.
very wide.
remember the earthquake?
We were on the 9th floor of this building when an earthquake hit. We were both in bed on the water bed. And as the water bed splashed back and forth inside the plastic thing, you'd go up when I'd go down, then I'd go up and you'd go down. And that's when we said, let's get out of here.
Did we know you then, Caroline, when we lived at that place?
No.
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 I met you on Hurricane.
It was quite beautiful, though. It was kind of weird, kind of wacky. We took our condominium that we both bought. I paid for half, and he paid for half, because that was important to me at the time. And I was starting to make a little bit of money doing commercials, and we turned the inside of the condominium into kind of like a log cabin. It was weird. We put.
We didn't like living in a condominium.
No, so we tried to make it like we weren't in a condominium, which means
cabin in
why
the
are
woods.
we? Yeah, why were we in a condominium? Then we got, what was that wood we put on all the walls?
We put, it was fragrant, actually. I think it was
Cedar or
cedar.
cedar?
And
So
then
it
on
smelled
the
good.
floors, we put these giant
Saltillo
stones.
tiles.
No, not tiles. They were stones.
No, not there. Honestly, it was Saltillo tiles there.
It was?
While you're talking about tiles and wood, we
Yes.
just turn labels of the black drops and black water to the camera.
Yes, yes. And the reason my tequila is black is because I put 15 drops of this actually in my water glass, but then I poured my water glass into the tequila, but I still can't taste it. I've had like 4 sips now.
It's not how we're recommending you use black drops. We're recommending to
No.
water or pepper
Put it in,
or
yeah,
something.
put it in your juice or put it in your gut renew smoothie like we did today. This is the second time I've had it today, so
But
I'm being a little frivolous.
let's say you forgot to put it in all day, but you really want it.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's cocktail time.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you stop
Not
everything?
a terrible thing.
You put it in your cocktail.
Yeah, just, you know.
That's okay.
If you're wondering why I keep pulling this, I'm allergic to wool, and I put on a wool turtleneck, and oh my God, it just itches so much.
I know, but it looks good.
Okay, but
Yeah.
And also, you guys, if you're looking for the black beverage, which is in the larger bottle, that's available at retail outlets. I mean, this product is going nuts. People are crazy about it because it's, you know, like there are a lot of waters out there that are have added benefits to them, but I've never seen one that has the added benefit of humic and fulvic and all those trace minerals that are so important for your health. And it's a cool bottle. Black. It comes in a lot of different
Yeah.
flavors. My personal favorite is the Dirty Lemonade. You can find it at Whole Foods, at Walmart. I've seen it at Ross. It's a great product. We didn't bring the black beverage into SuzanneSomers.com because it's too expensive to ship liquid. So you
Yeah.
can find that. But the black drops you can add to any drink.
And I feel quite proud of the fact that I fettered this out. When I first started writing about humic and fulvic, nobody had ever heard of it. And I like to think maybe I had a little something to do with putting it on the map. And that is why when this company came to us, we said, Yeah, that's not the business we're in, but we would love to represent this product here. And that's why today on Suzanne Select, it's in the Suzanne Select box. But if you want to read about it, it's page 88 and 89 and 90 in here. I went deep for about 3 pages. And, another book, I keep talking about Toxic Burden, that you may have not read, that was a bestseller, and Toxic. Years ago, both Alan and I got very ill living in a house that just was loaded with toxins. And that's, every negative has a positive. That spurred me to write this book. This is a huge seller around the world. But you think that you've got a toxic burden, you think that you need detoxifying, this is a good book to get. Toxic. And then A New Way to Age. I write about it a lot. My books going forward will all have more and more and more to do with the environmental assault, because that's what I think is the biggest detriment to humanity and health.
I agree.
And we've got to do it one of us at a time. It's that important. And we really have to protect the children. The children are the innocents in this, and they'd rather eat chemicals than a floret of broccoli. Chemicals are designed to taste scrumptious. And so if they can get, mac and cheese that's all fake cheese in a bag, and you boil it up and boil the fake cheese, they'd much rather have that, because that pleases the palate. And there's one, it's not a commercial, but on my Facebook, I see this little girl whose family must clearly live on a farm. And she's just looks like maybe she's 3 or 4 years old, and she sits in the garden eating little tomatoes and eating cucumbers and eating red peppers, and she's just excited eating all these vegetables. And I look at her and I think, God bless you. You are at such an advantage. You are more at an advantage than a kid who's raised in a mansion, because this little kid eating tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and loving them, and she loves that she can pick them, and she can just pick it and eat it because they didn't spray any bad stuff on it. And that's what we need to do. If I had children today, that is what I would do. Yeah.
One of your ladies here named Sherry Lynn, she said, after 6 months of using Suzanne's products, my blood work came back perfect. No thyroid problems.
Wow.
Like my doctor said, don't stop.
Wow.
And then a friend said, what are you using? And she said, I only use Suzanne products: shampoo, conditioner, face wash, moisturizers, toothpaste, deodorant, lip gloss, and makeup. I take her zinc, which is the immune support, and shake mix, which is called Gut Renew. She takes those 1 time a day. She said, my doctor was okay.
Okay is right.
Thank you. What is her name?
Sherry Lynn.
Sherry Lynn. Thank you.
Sherry Lynn.
Sherry Lynn, you clearly got the message. You clearly are living that life. And so for those of us like me, like you, tell 10 people. And just now you told thousands and thousands of people. We can change the world one of us at a time. We really can. And we slid into this toxicity unbeknownst to us, because I always tell the story of when I was a little girl, we'd get ants. Remember, there are certain times of year you get ants. And you get up in the morning and there's a trail of ants across the sink or across the baseboard in the kitchen. And my mother used to make a sticky paste of ivory soap and water, kind of thick, and she'd put it along their path, and the ants would come out, step in and go, this tastes terrible, and they'd leave for good. But then one day, she came home with this spray can of poison, we all know the brand name, and started spraying it on the ant line, and the ants went and died, and we went, wow, that's fantastic. And so I was part of it. I'd spray the baseboards, and my father got another kind of poison to spray on the outside of the house, and then he started putting chemical fertilizer on our lawn, which already was beautiful. Why do you do that? Because everybody was doing it, and isn't this a great thing, this new product where you can have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood, no weeds? Why no weeds? Weeds are part of it. And that was the beginning of the chemicalization of us. And if you look at a graph, you can see that our health has gone down. That's about the 1950s. It's gone down and down and down and down since.
You know,
And what I am hoping that you and I and all of us who are into this messaging, one of us at a time, can turn it around. And we can only do it for ourselves. I live a clean life as I can. There's no guarantees if you do everything right, because there is so much toxicity, it still can get after you. But do the best you can to stay as healthy as you can and eliminate. Imagine you get rid of chemical skincare. Okay, now your toxic burden goes down to here. You get rid of chemicals in your makeup and lead out of your lipstick. Now your toxic burden comes to here. Then you start cleaning your house with organic cleaners and get rid of all the chemical ones. Now your toxic burden's here. Then the food that you eat, you stop buying everything that has chemicals on it, and your toxic burden comes down to here. What I'm trying to show you is that we are in control. You are, I am, Alan is, Caroline is, and if each of us does our best to clean up our act, we have a chance. And if not, I fear for humanity. I really do. I don't mean to put out anything dark like this. I'm looking at it as hopeful. We can change it. We can turn it around. We can make it all right again. And that's what I'm hoping that we do. When I hear, yeah.
I mean, listen, you do this for us. You bring us all of these products that make it easier, and you provide us the things that help, where things are missing, you give us something to put back, and you give us alternatives, and they work great. So, and they're also at a great price.
So let me show you the little box today. This doesn't come in the box. This, if you want it, you go to the store. What kind of store do they go to buy this? The black water drink.
Black beverages you can get at Walmart. They have them at Whole Foods. They have them at Ross. I've seen them at Target.
Well, Whole Foods. We shop at Whole Foods. So
Target.
Say you bring bottles of water in your purse to go to work. Or what about if you bring one of these and you drink this all day? You're getting minerals and nutrition and humic and fulvic acids, which amino acid balance in the body is so important. So let me go through the little box again. And I need you, Caroline, to explain how the program works. But let me first tell them what they're going to get. Once a month, you're going to get a surprise box. It's fun. It's fun. And if you don't like it, oh, by the way, if you don't like it, send it back. I don't care. And if you don't want to join every month, then don't join every month. You want to just buy it once, buy it once. Oh, Caroline will explain that to you. So in the box today is the fabulous Everyday Cleanser. It's olive-based. It's filled with beautiful nutrients and emollients. See this little black dot right here? Show them that little black dot, Alan.
Certainly.
That is a little insignia that has to be earned, and the guidelines are very strict. It means that everything in this product has to be grown organically, extracted organically, and nothing upwind or downwind of the product can be toxic to contaminate it. That's hard to achieve, and we have, and we're really proud of that. Okay, so the next thing that's in the box is mascara that doesn't have glue in it. Makes me laugh when I even say it. Glue, it doesn't have any glue. This is good for you mascara. You put it on. I've got it on myself right here, if you can tell. And it doesn't clump up, but the great thing is when you put the Everyday Cleanser on your face at night to put it all over your eyes too. It won't sting. There's no chemicals in it, and it just takes the mascara off and all the makeup off, and then you wipe all that makeup off and the black stuff from your mascara with this, which you put in some steamy water, and you get it and you take it all off, and it doesn't stain because it's leopard. And then the final thing is the black water drops. It's fulvic mineral drops. I was so impressed with this company that came to us because I had never heard of anybody who understood what humic and fulvic was about. This is a company that has allowed us to sell it on our website so that you can have access to it, and they're pretty forward thinking.
I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Someone just wrote in.
Yeah.
You,
What?
You look like an old porn star. are.
Me?
Or me.
No, I guess it's me. Sometimes you say terrible things. Last time I
You
was
know what?
reading.
You have to just.
I do.
You
I
can't,
know,
you
but
gotta-
it makes me laugh. But I was going through looking at the comments, and somebody said, "You look awful." Okay, well, all right. I try my best, and I don't know why I look like an old porn star here.
You know what? The good thing is,
Yeah.
we live in a country. We have a First
Yeah,
Amendment.
First Amendment. Say what you
freedom
want.
of speech. All we have to watch ourselves. You can't run into a theater and yell fire. But aside from certain exemptions,
Yep.
we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
And there's a thing going on right now that really disturbs me, and I won't get into it.
No, please don't.
I won't get into it, but it really disturbs me. A university, a famous university, is allowing a student
Oh
to
no, yeah, don't get into it.
say, I won't even say
Yeah.
who or what or
Yeah,
where.
against a certain race,
No,
culture.
against a certain culture
Yeah.
with hate speech,
Yeah.
and they're doing nothing about it
Yep.
because they're worried that the coffers won't be as full next year
Okay,
as
but
they
how
were.
do I counteract someone saying I look like an old porn star?
Well, you have me, and I cut people.
Okay, thank you.
Or you can
Thank
just
you.
I just don't like mean comments. So, I mean, I don't catch all of them, but a lot of your fans will say, Caroline, can you get rid of this person?
Thank you, thank you,
And then, so yeah, you can say what you want, but I can also cut you.
thank
Yeah,
you.
by the way, you were talking about getting rid of ants, and that's when the toxic started with your mom and spray. And
Yeah, yeah,
okay, so when we first moved into this interim house a couple of months ago,
yeah.
the following morning we had ants. You remember
Yeah,
that?
remember, yeah.
They were just
Because we're up in the mountains here, nobody had lived in this house.
right. It was unbelievable. We had all these ants in the kitchen, like underneath the sink where the garbage can usually goes, and I didn't know what to spray on them, so I took a little vodka, and I poured vodka on them, and I watched them sort of get a little strange. Okay, they were sort of wallowing.
What a way to go, huh?
They were wallowing around in the vodka, and while I had them captive, I swept them up and threw them in the garbage can. Now, I know that PETA is going to come after me for this. Okay,
Yeah.
how could you have done that to ants?
Hey, we have a friend named Trudy who she signed up for Suzanne Selects, but she signed up for it every other month, and so she's not supposed to get it in January. And she sent a note. She said, "Caroline, can I get this box even though I'm not supposed to get it?" Yes. If you guys see the box this month and you say, "I want that box," just get on with customer service, and they'll send you a box for this month. And again, you can decide. Maybe I want to get it every month now, or maybe I need to pause right now. We make it really easy for you, but it's always going to be $49, and you can cancel whenever you want, and it's always going to be worth at least $120. It's worth $125 this month, and Suzanne has 2 brand new products in there that we're pretty excited about.
And you get a present. This is a this is a gift to yourself, that every month a present's going to come in the mail, and you won't really, well, you'll know if you watch the show, but if you're not watching the show and it comes, you're just surprised. So I'm glad you're watching the show tonight, because these things need a little explaining, particularly the black water. Try it. It's tasteless. It's got nothing to lose. It's good for you. It will not harm you. It is. It will enhance your health, I
And
believe.
it is blowing off the shelves. I mean, this product is so popular.
Yeah.
And, it was so amazing because Suzanne, of course, she's the first to tell us about so many things. And she's been talking about humic and fulvic. So when this colleague came to me and said, "Do you think Suzanne would be interested?" I was like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah, I was thrilled.
She loves
So-
humic and fulvic.
I love
It
it.
helps with a healthy inflammatory response. It helps with gut health. It helps for nutritional uptake. It helps with hydration. It helps with endurance and stamina. And if your minerals are low, you're depleted in that area. A lot of those hair, skin, and nails it helps with. I mean, your mineral levels are important for so many things.
She's so right. Minerals. The body cannot exist without minerals.
You know what
the
I'm
body
gonna do?
cannot exist without nutrients, and the body cannot exist without hormones.
You know what I'm
And
going to do?
Yes, well, what do you do?
We have a friend
Yeah.
who owns one of the biggest restaurants in the United States. I'm not going to mention the name of the person
I
or
don't
the
even know who you're
restaurant.
talking
I know who
about.
you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about.
You know who you're talking
He
about.
gets 800 to 1,000 reservations a night.
Oh,
It's
oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna, We love this guy.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
going
who
to
it
suggest
is.
he put on the menu the Blackwater Martini.
Well, we're going there next Friday, so let's bring him some.
Okay, the Blackwater
Yes.
Martini.
Why can't you say the restaurant?
Well, because I don't want to do that,
All
because then we'll
right.
never get a table. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
It's not. I don't want to say it right now.
No? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Eventually,
Well,
I will.
anyway,
look at the
it's-
sky beside.
the hour
well,
is
look,
up.
Look at the sky behind you.
Let me see. Just beautiful.
Wow.
Soon we'll be able to start doing the shows at 5 o'clock again, but the reason we started doing them at 4 was because the backdrop was still light, and when we started at 5 it was pitch black. So
And also, it
as
allowed
daylight
us,
savings changes,
it allowed us to start drinking tequila an hour earlier.
Hour earlier, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, I've made you a lovely dinner.
Wow.
And-
You know what? You always make me the most incredible food.
I hope so.
You really do. And
hope so.
the only issue we ever have is I like to eat my big meal early afternoon.
Yeah. Well, not today.
And you are a traditionalist and you like to make like a full-blown dinner at night.
I don't feel complete unless we have dinner.
I
But anyway,
understand.
this is a light dinner.
Okay.
And I just had this, I was thinking today, and I went out after we did that. We also did a video earlier today. And I went in the kitchen, and I chopped up a bunch of ginger and a bunch of garlic, and took chicken legs and sesame oil and soy sauce and paprika and our Tuscan rub and lots of things like that. And then I poured, after I sauteed them and got them brown and yummy, I poured in a bottle of your gluten-free beer.
Mm,
I made some rice. We're going to have asparagus, and that's going to be our dinner tonight.
okay.
And now I will say goodbye to all of you. Thank you for coming today. I hope you all enjoy your surprise boxes. And what today is Monday, right? I've lost track. What day is this, Caroline?
It's Monday, January 3rd,
January
2022.
January 3rd. Okay, yeah,
This is
2022.
this is the week when everyone signs their checks 2021, and when they come back, they oh right, it's
Yeah, right.
2022.
Right. So anyway, we'll see you Wednesday, and I look forward to it. And thank you all for coming. It means so much to me. And you know, it's not what you do. It's not who you are. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I love you. I do. Good night, everybody.
And remember, a wet bird never flies at night.